Representative Harmsworth, you recently conducted a legislative survey and 3 categories came back extremely high. I think we're going to deal with one of those categories today, and that's transportation. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the House bills that you're working on in transportation?
Yeah, and in following weeks we're going to be talking about education and mental health. So I'm excited to talk about those things too. But today we're talking about transportation.
How about House Bill 1029, the Transit Authority Board Members Bill?
Well, this is a bill that we've dropped both in the House and in the Senate. The senator that's co-sponsoring this is Senator Oban. And what that does, it brings accountability to the Sound Transit Board. As you may know, we've just elected to tax ourselves $54 billion for a new train system, and we need to make sure that that money's spent as wisely as possible now it's been enacted. What this bill does, it requires those board members to be elected. Today they're not, and so there are people outside of Snohomish County and outside of the 44th District that are making decisions on our behalf, and I don't think that's right. So today, in fact, there will be a hearing in the Senate, and we'll see what happens.
There's a really popular bill on this list, and that's House Bill 1030, the I-405 toll lanes replacement bill.
Yes, as you may know, this bill repeals the toll lanes and returns us to a 2+ HOV and a 4 general purpose lane, which is what we paid for. We're going to see a companion bill in the Senate. We'll see how it goes through there, but things are moving forward slowly, but we'll continue to work on this.
There's another interesting bill about toll lanes for patients.
Yeah, there was one of the things one of my constituents said to me was that they've been using the hot lanes to get to their regular medical for a dialysis. And so this bill basically exempts or allows them to use the hot lanes as a single occupant vehicle for free when they're traveling to and from the hospital when they're having that regular medical treatment.
How about House Bill 1272, the motor vehicle registration hiatus bill?
So this bill deals with a situation where maybe you have a classic car or a farm truck or something that you're taking off the road, and instead of having to pay a full year's tabs when you come back, if you miss it by just a few weeks, this will allow you, as long as you register in advance, restart your tabs when you bring it back on the road. So potentially saving you up to 11 months worth of your tabs.
How about one more bill on transportation, the toll collection statute of limitations?
Well, this has been dropped in both the House and the Senate. And what we're going to see there, it limits the toll collection authority for DOT to 6 months. Now, I've been working with the agency, and they are generally supportive of this, so we're hoping to see this go through the House and be enacted. And this really goes after a lot of the issues where DOT is coming back after a year sometimes and billing our constituents for multiple months of tolls when it was really a mistake in their system. So it puts a limit on that so they can't come back after 6 months and create a big toll bill for us.
And one last bill, what is the Discovery Pass penalty bill?
Again, another constituent issue. Somebody had parked at the trailhead, they'd forgotten to put the Discover Pass in the window. If you've ever done it, and a ranger's come by, you get a $99 fine. And so what this bill does is if you have the pass and you're able to show that, it waives the fine for you. And if you don't have a pass and you purchase one, it reduces the fine by the cost of the pass. So encouraging folks to buy Discover Passes and enjoy our great parks.
Representative Harmsworth, you have a bill about scooters. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, there was a young lady who just purchased a Vespa scooter and unfortunately had an accident and ended up in the hospital and was in a coma for a short while and was unable to go down and get her scooter pulled out of the tow yard. So because of the way our state law is constructed right now, the tow yard had no choice but to sell the scooter at auction, which is just awful. What this bill does, it allows somebody who has the right amount of authority and proof to go and get that scooter out of the tow yard and put into storage until the person who owns it can actually go get it back again.
One more bill, Representative Harmsworth, and this one is really personal, I know, to your district, and that's the Parker Moore Memorial Pathway.
Yeah, we've unfortunately had a couple of tragic incidents in our district along the 527 corridor, and a young man, Parker Moore, was killed. Another young man just a few months later was also killed. Our highway there is a very fast highway with no sidewalks on it, and so I've been working with people in different agencies, the local municipalities, to get some money together to put a sidewalk in and a street light to improve the safety there and light that whole area to make it just better for our citizens to use that to get to and from work.